How do you go live? I've never done that before.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
So just go to your selfie company page.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Holy moly.
Somebody is unhappy
fun.
out there.
Unhappy kiddo. Live radio, folks. Live podcast.
Did
Yes.
you open the door?
Yes. Perhaps
I have not gone live yet, though. So.
perhaps that child would like to be a guest.
Go back. Okay.
Okay.
Have you switched to your profile?
You mean? Yep, I'm in my profile.
Okay, so there should be an option.
Like here?
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
How did I do it?
Are you live, Mike?
All I have to do is
hit the
to go
button,
live.
yeah.
So where you post,
Yep.
if you just hit that plus.
Like add story?
Nope, down on the bottom. I gotta look at it.
Oh. Oh, here, live. I
Yep,
got you.
there you go.
Live.
Okay.
And then it'll ask if you want to share it with anybody, but that's just if you want somebody to go live with you, which I did for Health Source. So I'm gonna hijack their
Yes.
Facebook.
Yes, please do.
You can do that?
Yeah.
Why not?
Are we all in there?
I don't think
Why
so.
are our faces not in there?
Why does it look so zoomed in?
I don't know. All right, we gotta end this. Wow. I do want a selfie museum where this is part of my everyday life.
The other one I can probably unsubscribe from is soccer. Just made boy soccer.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. That's better.
Oh yeah, I think.
Okay. All right. Really.
Sweet.
This is
3,
Here we
2.
go.
All
We're
right.
live Here too.
Okay, so yeah, if you want to bring that out there, maybe on the back to the side.
Maybe. There we go.
Yes.
What's up?
You're live,
My
Michael.
face is right in there.
What
There we go.
Frank County today, people. We are live from the Roots of Albertville Block Party. Good afternoon.
Yes.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I do have Nick and Sam with me. They're here. They're trying something new. We do have some technical stuff going on, but if you go over to Selfie Company, they are also podcasting live. So we are, hey Tim, how's it going? All right, good stuff.
Yes.
People tuning
This
in.
will be interesting.
So what's up? Welcome to Soggy Friendly City Days, as we've decided to call it this year.
Yes.
Soggy Friendly City Days 2025. Coming to you live from the Roots of Albertville.
Yeah, we're recording.
Like, is it
Yes,
recording?
we're recording. Yeah. Yeah.
So this is our first trial run at doing something live.
Yes.
Usually
Right.
we're in the
Studio.
friendly confines of the Selfie Company studio.
Yeah.
You can hear probably from the ambient noise and not so ambient noise, probably more direct noise. We are live at Health Source Chiropractic here in Albertville, home of the Roots of Albertville Block Party.
Yep.
With lots of stuff going on. You've got some face painting, some crazy hair.
Yes.
Nick, you can obviously see took part of that already.
Yeah.
With the crazy hair. Games. You got the bouncy houses over at National
Yes,
Karate.
National Karate.
Oh, they put those inside.
I,
Okay.
I was told that the bigger boys tested them out this morning, and so
They're good to go?
they're good to go.
So
Yeah.
Dr. Mike and Dr. Andy.
Yes,
were
yes.
there. And there is truth to the rumor that now they're going to be seeing Tyler for some physical therapy.
Yeah, that's probably true.
After that. So, yeah, well, thanks to everybody who's hopping on and joining us. We love it. This is great. So, for those of you that are new to the podcast, who haven't watched us before, we've been doing this for about, 4 months?
Yeah, somewhere in that neighborhood. Yeah.
About 4 months.
Yeah.
And weekly podcasts, you can find those on YouTube. I'm working with some technical difficulties with Spotify to get the audio back up. But we are on Spotify if you want to stream those as you're headed north to the cabin on Friday or something like that. Yeah, please. Oh, we're having an
Oh boy, on air.
on-air production meeting.
It is. This is live.
That's what the magnet is for.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
This is,
Just
It's
don't
all
put.
trial and error, right?
Just don't put it near your
Communications major,
pacemaker.
English minor. I was not an engineer.
Yeah.
All right.
As we can tell this morning, me either.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are a little later than we thought we'd be. Sam had about 7 different contraptions she tried,
Yep.
and we finally got the right formula, and
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah.
Yes, Friendly City Days is still going on. Yes, we're going to be dealing with some swampy conditions.
Yes.
because
And mud and-
Yeah.
yeah.
Albertville itself is kind of built on a swamp.
Yeah.
So,
That is true. That is true.
So, no truth to the rumor that the carnival is now wetland. They do have some pathways and stuff like that down. In fact, the Lions in the city of Albertville have paved some of the paths
It's
Yeah,
nice down
yeah.
there,
through the park. For those of you who may not have been there in a couple years, so you can navigate your way through and get your mini donuts.
Yes.
And hop on the zipper, which my kids were all too happy to do Wednesday night when we
Yeah.
did have a break in the rain.
Yep.
It does sound like tonight we might have another break in the rain, and we
In
all
time for the
know
bands?
it never rains during the Grand Old Day Parade. so
Yes.
we're
Yeah.
gonna
Sunday
knock
will be
on-
fine.
We're gonna knock on wood that does not happen. Shout out to Mike Potter and his lovely wife, who are citizens of the year
Yes.
this year.
Outstanding citizens.
Yeah,
Yes.
outstanding citizens. So they will be leading the parade. Mike, for those of you that don't know, Mike Potter is I don't want to say local legend, but Mike Potter is a public servant in every sense
Yeah,
of the word.
yep.
He has been mayor of Albertville. He has served on the Parks Commission, many of the
Yeah.
parks that you see, including the park that all of this happens in.
Yeah.
Albertville Lions Park, Central Park, stuff like that, are partly in thanks to Mike. So
Yeah.
definitely deserving. Mike also served on county commission.
Yep. Yeah.
Was part of the I-94 coalition that you can blame Mike for the construction.
Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
You can yell at him during the parade and say,
Yeah.
curse you.
Yeah.
No, seriously, cheer on Mike because he's very passionate about his politics and,
Yep.
and really has always tried to do what's best for Wright County. So
Yep.
we're super proud of Mike and like I said, very deserving.
Yeah.
So yeah. So what's up with you guys? Welcome to, like I
Yes.
said, welcome to Soggy Friendly City Days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are sloshing our way
Probably the
through
wettest
week.
one I've ever
Yeah. It's
participated in.
been a few
Yeah.
years. I feel like that since we've had this kind of weather, where it's gonna just be extended wet.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we've dealt with the smoke before.
Yep.
Obviously, for those of you that maybe haven't seen outside,
yeah. Yeah.
we have been dealing with some smoke issues. Thank you, Canada. Blame Canada. But evidently they need to rake their forest.
Yeah. It just seems like it's been an issue the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Well, actually, most of theirs are grassland fires, prairie
Yeah.
fires, and things like that, and those just get cooking, man. So
Yeah.
not much you can do. We are gonna have hopefully a couple of guests.
Yes.
We're gonna talk to Andy, Dr. Andy, and
Yes.
then Christine, who
Yes.
are really the reason we're here. Their vision, and we'll talk to them about it, is the reason that the Roots of Albertville is here.
Yeah.
The selfie company is
Reason
here.
why the selfie company is
Yes.
here.
Yeah. That's right.
Maybe you can talk a little bit about that. Just kind of the
Yeah.
process of establishing this space that we're in, that we're celebrating in today,
It's a
and you being a
beautiful
part of
space.
it.
I was, yeah, and actually from a part of it from the beginning. When Annie and Christine, a little bit of their story without them being here. So they were renting 2 different spaces, and
Yep.
and as someone who knows that, like, if you're renting 2 spaces, you're like, well, why am I paying somebody else's rent in 2 different spaces when I can just build my own? So
Right.
I think that's the conclusion they came to, and
Yeah.
they planned this building for a while, and then they kind of set it back because we all know construction prices went up, material prices went up.
Yeah.
So
Right.
they actually sat on this idea for a couple years, and I'll say, I think, their leases were coming up, and I think with everything just kind of how the ball bounced, they decided just to go for it, and
Yeah.
they did, and here we are. It's a beautiful building. And I was kind of part of the process. So when they, before Jersey Mike's was coming in, there was going to be another business going in, and they wanted Mike and I to be silent partners on it. And right out of COVID, I'm like, ooh, I don't know if like going into the food industry is where I want to put my funds into.
Yeah.
And I approached him with this idea of the selfie company and what it is. And Andy, being the resource person that he is, he went right to, you know, his franchisee who he kind of confides in and said, hey, there's a person who wants to do this. He's like, okay, that's an amazing idea. I tell her when she wants a franchise to call me up. So yeah, here we go.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. You were also involved?
Yes. Yeah. We Andy and Christine have been friends for a long time. Been lucky enough to work with them professionally too, and help them acquire the land. And yeah, it's just been a really, really neat deal to watch this grow. And the building is beautiful. The way it's been constructed. Hey guys, you guys want to be on a podcast?
So you guys can pop up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You guys want to come in and say hi?
Wave at the camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come in this way.
guys
If you
in
come
a
on there,
little bit
yeah,
more
there you go.
towards-
Sweet.
Wave. What's your name?
Tallulah, I love it.
Tallulah? What's your name? How you
Viola.
doing?
Delilah.
All right, guys.
to meet you.
What's up? So
Those
we
are three of the most
is what
beautiful
happens
names
on live-
I've ever heard.
live
Yeah.
podcast. That's
Yeah.
great. So yeah, thanks. What are you guys doing? Obviously,
Face
I
painting.
feel like something's different with your hair.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we chalked it.
Okay, you chalked the hair? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, come in.
All right.
You can get
yeah.
it. Come in.
Yeah, you can see
Oh,
yourself.
It's okay.
Yeah, there you are.
There you go.
Do you want to come behind me?
The
Here.
best camera
Yeah.
right there.
There you go.
So, yeah, this
now you
is
can wave.
cool. What's up, guys? All right, so see, as you can see, you got the face painting, and you said they do the chalk in there.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh man, you didn't want to do the tinsel. You were good with the chalk. All right.
Nice.
You guys having fun? All right.
What's been your favorite part so far?
Face paint.
Face
Face paint.
Face paint? What's up, man?
Whoa. That's some great hair.
There we go. Come here. Hop on
What's
camera,
what? Yeah. What's your name?
Jasper.
Jasper. Very nice. What's been your favorite part today?
Face paint.
Face
Face
paint.
paint.
Another vote for face paint. I like your hair though.
Thanks. Shows.
So this is a podcast. You're actually live right now.
You are live on TV right now.
Yeah. See?
On the
Yeah.
app.
Right there.
And right there. And right there.
Say hi to the 5 people. I don't know how many are watching Sam, but we got.
I don't know. Is there anybody like that? I can't see them. I'm so blind.
Let's see. Let's
It's
see
on
if there's anybody
Facebook,
watching.
and then we'll have it on YouTube.
I don't know if there's anybody watching.
Okay.
How
Yeah.
do you see if there's anybody?
I don't know.
So right by live, there should be a number.
Oh, 0 people.
0 people. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
This is.
They're watching.
It's more of a gotta be there kind of show anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would be like, if I saw us there, I'd be like, goodbye.
Yeah.
What is happening here? Yeah, we're dropping viewers. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, you guys go have fun. There's more stuff to do. There's like bag toss and the bouncy houses next door. You did the bouncy houses. Mom says they did the bouncy houses.
frozen things before because we were walking around. So we were about to leave and they're like, we didn't get ices.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, ice. It could be 45 degrees out and ices are still.
Ice-
Yeah,
Still a
still a
thing.
good deal.
Yeah.
Still a good deal.
It might be 45 degrees. It's cold.
It was. I was joking with somebody this morning, saying that like 3 months ago, this wouldn't have been bad weather.
Right.
But now,
Right.
now our blood is thin again.
Yeah, exactly. It is June 13th
Funny
and it's
how that
Friday the 13th.
Oh, that's right.
And yeah, we are live, so that might happen.
Are you superstitious about that kind of thing?
I am
Friday
not.
the 13th.
Yeah.
I'm not superstitious about Friday the 13th. There are other things, being an athlete.
Yes,
things
yeah.
Like that. When,
Lucky
you
socks.
have
Yeah.
routines and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I had lucky shin guards.
Okay.
For those of you who have never smelled soccer shin guards from a young man, having lucky shin guards meant you kept them in the trunk of your car.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Otherwise, they were, high probability to be declared a toxic area.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not. Friday the 13th. No, not really.
Okay.
You get that kind of icky feeling when somebody breaks a mirror, or something like
Yeah,
that.
7 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that hasn't been one. How about you? You guys?
Not really. No. I
Maybe
mean,
walking underneath the ladder I went to. I mean, there's things that I went to.
I kind of feel like
Personal safety.
yeah. I was gonna say there's more workplace safety than it is superstition. But yeah.
I mean, I don't walk under ladders because
Yeah.
OSHA tells me not to.
Yeah. People tend to drop things from on top of the ladder that are gonna hit you in the head. Yeah.
We are going to track down Andy here soon, and
Hey.
we got more friends popping by, so this is cool. So Friendly City Days, obviously this week, and then we kind of get into the meat
Yes.
of summer, right?
Yeah.
I feel like and then you get to 4th of July, and you're like, summer's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, we leave for nationals on Wednesday, and we're driving the 1,900 miles.
Oh wow.
And then when we get back, it's gonna be 4th of July. Like, oh, so there's our summer. Our boat is still in storage. I'm like, awesome.
Yeah.
So I always have a funny story about that. In my past life, I was a sports editor and local newspaper editor. I was credentialed by North Dakota State University.
Okay.
Fortunate enough to cover some of their games back in the early 2000s, stuff like that, before this current dynasty started. So I would get, without fail, you'd go to the lake with friends, or you'd go to a concert or something on 4th of July, or even celebrate in town. I would get, without fail, on the first Monday after the holiday,
Okay.
a letter from Bison Bob, who was or Bison George was the sports information director for North Dakota State.
Okay.
Absolute legend, just a wonderful guy, and he would send a mailed letter inside a card. It would invite you to Bison Media Day, which
Okay.
is where all the photos get taken from
Yeah.
the programs
Yep.
and the scoreboards, and you'd get one-on-ones with some of the players and coaches, and they'd serve you up a lunch.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And the first line would say,
Hi there.
Hi.
"Summer's over."
How are you? Yeah.
I'm good.
You want to be on a podcast? You're on one right now. What's your name? Sarah? Oh, Sloan. Okay.
One of my favorite
Nice.
movie characters ever.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Ferris Bueller's Day
There
Off.
you go.
How you doing, Sloan? You don't have the
No
crazy,
face paint?
You guys can't see her on camera yet, but she doesn't have the face paint or the crazy hair yet. Did you miss the booth, or did you just decide, nah, not today?
Yeah. Weren't feeling it.
Have you been
Maybe
to the,
later.
Have you been to the bouncy houses yet?
No?
Okay, so
Is this your first stop?
Yeah, it's
all
okay.
right. Well,
Perfect.
welcome to the block party. Don't miss the bouncy houses, and I hear they have popsicles. Sound good? Do you want a Jolly Rancher?
Yeah,
There we go. Go for it.
She was not having it.
I just want the rancher, man.
Just like, whatever.
Shut up and give me the candy, dude.
That's exactly what it was.
So great. We're gonna pay some bills real quick. We're gonna do it a little different today, so we won't do the long ad reads, but we definitely want to recognize sponsors. Stellus Health, for those of you that are looking for healthcare, or looking for a change in your healthcare, or are loyal Stellus Health customers already. Buffalo, Monticello, StellusHealth.com. Great people. Podcasts over there, much more professional than this, especially today. But I tell you what, StellusHealth.com, check them out. Also want to give a shout out to Peggy Shum. If you got your extension, that's coming to an end now. So
Oh
Yes.
yeah, I just got an
Yeah.
email. Can you no?
Yes.
I'm gonna wait till like September 30th. Like,
Yeah,
if I-
yeah, about another 90 days. Yeah.
getting to the end of the Q2 here, but yeah, they are prepping taxes still, and they'll work with you on next year's taxes and getting ready for that. If you've got to do prepayments, or if you think you have a real estate rebate or anything like that, CPAPSS.com, Peggy Shum, or give her a call 763-497-7817. Solutions Counseling also brings you the North Wright County Today podcast. We love those guys right on Main Avenue in St. Michael. Why don't we have a St. Avenue? Anyway,
Same.
Solutions Counseling.
It could be where the churches all are.
Yeah.
There you go. Getcounseling.org. Set up your appointments there. Mental health, we believe it's just as important as your physical health. So, and then of course, Deerwood Bank.
Yes. Good afternoon. We've had a great week. This has been a lot of fun. Last week I think I mentioned I was golfing in a event for veterans, and happy to announce that foundation, the Magnus Foundation, raised $65,000 for veterans causes. So it was a super fun day. We golfed really well.
Nice.
We were like 15 under. But that was only good enough for 13th place because it was one of those tournaments where you could purchase mulligans. We also they had the super rope licorice.
String,
Yes,
oh,
yeah,
the
it was
licorice.
licorice, and so you got to eat it after you used it.
That's
It was
great.
great.
Yeah, no cheating there.
Yeah, if you get within a foot of the hole, you cut a foot of your licorice off, and it's a gimme. And so basically everything around the office this week, if it was reasonably close, was referred to as a licorice birdie. Just been a great time, and then also we're having our Google review contest right now. I'm happy to announce there's been 3 or 4 really nice, positive, glowing reviews of the St. Michael location. It's putting us, in the lead, I think, right now for all Deerwood locations. So if you wouldn't mind going out there, giving me a nice review, giving one of our staff a nice review, we'd love it.
Yeah. Deerwood Bank on Google. Just search them on Google.
Yes, sir.
And then you'll see the little review area. It's usually kind of a blue little thing. Give them a review. Pile on those St. Michael reviews because they deserve it, man. They
Yeah.
do a great job, and we're happy to have them. So,
Come
all
on
right,
in,
man.
buddy.
Hey, we are gonna
Special guest.
We are gonna welcome our host, one of our hosts, Dr. Andy Cons. I get to call him
Yeah, why
Dr.
don't you
Andy
sit-
once.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna call him Andy.
Yeah,
He's
Andy
gonna
works
hop on.
really well.
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks.
The mic you up, sir.
Thanks, Sam.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, look at
So
that.
let him
There you go.
join in your.
Hello.
Sweet. Andy's on camera. He's on 2 cameras. We have 3
Through
cameras.
camera.
Yes.
We are so.
Which one do we
technically-
stare into?
I'm going that one.
Whichever you like, really. Yeah.
Although nobody's watching.
I don't
Yeah,
have a
he's
great.
not
I don't have a good side, so
So yeah, what's up?
not much. Thanks for being here. This is our 3rd annual block party here, but it's just a nice community event. Sam's part of it every year too, but just something to give back to the community. As having the building, one of our tenets of being here is, giving back to the community. So it's super nice. It's always a free event for families, kind of to start off Friendly City Days. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soggy City Days this year.
Soggy
Soggy
City
City,
Days. We'll pray for a little bit better rain for the parade later and maybe the
Yeah.
bands later. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a little break in the rain.
Yeah.
So we were talking a little bit about the building, and
Yeah.
start me off with your guys' arrival to Albertville.
Okay.
You were in the Coburns, across from
Yep.
Coburns over there. That was your kind of first spot. And
Yeah.
What was the motivation
okay.
to kind of anchor yourself here?
So how long do you want the story to be?
Yeah.
You
In,
got time.
Yeah.
in,
As long as the phone batteries hold.
Right?
on.
in 2010, Apex Chiropractic was bought by Health Source.
Yes.
One of my good friends, Dr. Casey, bought it.
Yep.
And then I was working in Plymouth. Then he transferred me out here. And then Christine and I purchased the clinic from him a year or 2 later.
So Dr. Casey is who we blame for the conflict.
You
Yes.
should. You
Yes.
should be
Yes.
disappointed. His daughter actually just graduated high school. That's how old we're getting. So, and then we had always had our eye on the land across. Chrissy and I would drive around and dream about things that we could do, and then when she purchased Tree of Life, it was a bigger dream that
Yeah.
at some point let's have a building, or at least think about that. And then I think that all of a sudden Nick was keeping an eye on the land, as well as CRS or Sheila Zappin
Yeah,
was too.
yep.
And then the bank kind of, it was vacant for so long that we got a pretty good deal on the land, and then these guys financed it for us. And then we purchased the land, and then as things got closer and closer, and we loved being next door, but you know, rent escalators started happening and things like that.
Yeah.
And we just started doing some math, and it was time after buying the land. It was time to build.
Yeah.
So this was, you broke ground when?
Oh, great question.
22?
I don't know. You were there.
Summer 22.
We all
Yep.
we all had shovels in our hands.
Yeah.
2022 maybe.
Yeah,
Because
think so.
this is our third year, so minus 2020.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So
So I feel like we lost you.
Oh,
Oh no.
backups.
that died.
I should say too, the person that built the building is out of Rockford as well. Focus designed the building, another building in Buffalo for a health source clinic too. So
Nice.
Chris did a great job.
Yeah.
Another local person that kind of helped in the process too. So
Awesome. So I feel like, the whole pandemic break,
Yep.
where everything kind of paused.
you said the P word. Come on, man.
I know.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm still flushing that out.
Yeah.
Let's just call it the pause, the historic pause.
The historic life pause. Yeah, there you go.
But for our community,
Yep.
when you look at what's happened since the last 5 years, you guys, Gravity Dance with the
Yeah.
building, Summit Healthcare and
Yeah.
Bears, and B&D relocating their headquarters. And
Yep.
Nick, you can weigh on this too.
Yeah.
It really kind of changed the future, I think, of our community, and you kind of got the ball rolling. I feel like.
Oh,
Yeah.
we just had the opportunity. I don't know if we got the ball rolling, but we just happened to be one of the first people to start that process.
Right.
But it is fun to see.
It's been a lot of growth.
Yeah. Yeah, I think coming out of the pandemic, there were a couple of things that were a little weird. Hey, how is it going?
Royalty coordinator. let's
Yes, royalty coordinator in the house.
There we go. She's a little busy.
yeah.
She's like, wait,
Yeah.
no.
But the materials costs were obviously very high because of lack of supply, things of that nature, and but rates were really low, and so you
Yeah.
could kind of offset that. And so happy that a lot of our customers decided to take that jump and kind of develop those areas
Yeah.
within the community.
I couldn't agree more with Nick. It was like trading Peter and Paul, or trading back and forth for material costs were high, but the rates were so low.
Right.
It was like, what do you do? And then there isn't ever a good time to do anything.
All right.
No.
We all know that, right? There's not a good time or bad time. It's
Yeah.
just
Right.
whether
You
it's your
just do
time
it.
or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Generally speaking, things are always going to get more expensive probably.
Right.
I had the opportunity to put 50 feet of copper piping to a fireplace that we were finishing in the basement at one point for $150. When I finally got around to doing it, the price of copper had quintupled, so it was a $750 run of copper. So yeah.
That was your brush with construction costs.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a weird story too. The building's made of steel, which helps a lot with the value, but the lumber costs and the steel costs were very similar at that supply-demand time. So we paid a little bit extra for steel in hopes of a building, that is more structurally sound and lasts longer. So
Yep.
Sure.
that's just a weird little nuance that was like the years of planning this and going back and forth was a little wild. So.
Yeah.
So a couple of years into it now,
Yep.
Has the reality met the vision for what you're doing, or has it exceeded it?
I would say it's exceeded it. I mean, we have great tenants like Selfie, National, F45, Jersey Mike's, Tree of Life, and then the upstairs tenants are great too. But the great thing that it allows us
Yeah,
all.
that Jeff O'Brien guy, though.
Yeah.
If Jeff knew we were on a podcast, he'd be down.
Yeah, I was just
He's
gonna
great
say.
on the radio. But
Yeah, yeah.
Guys, he's not tuning in.
Lawyer
Yeah,
extraordinaire, Jeff
Yes.
O'Brien. It's more than exceeded it. I mean, not knowing what we were doing, it's great that we have people like Sam that we know and that are involved in the community to kind of let
Kinda go
Christine
through
and I
it together a little
screw it
bit.
up, right?
Yeah.
Like for lack of
Well, and I
better words,
screw up
like
too as a tenant. I'm like, but we can go through it together, which is
yeah, I
kinda-
mean
Yeah.
it was a lot of learning, and we're still learning a lot as we go through it. But yeah, it's been a good blessing as we get. The further you get into it, the more you understand more about like building maintenance and things of that nature. So.
Yeah.
So Friendly City Days. Hey, bud. Hey, guys. Come on in. Say hi. For you, I mean, it's been a transition over the last 6, 7 years.
Yep.
How old's Peyton?
My daughter's 8 and a
8?
half.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah. So to experience it as a young resident, no kids. And
Oh
now as a
yes,
dad-
Right.
yes. I don't visit the beer tents often anymore.
Yeah.
Although I wish I did. But this year Peyton's Junior Miss Albertville,
Yes.
one of the
Right,
junior
not just-
misses.
yeah,
So
into
um,
it.
it's a
You're way
busy.
into it.
We're super into it. But that's a great program as well. The Lions sponsor the royalty in town, and those young men and women learn a lot about community involvement, giving back, and they're really good at having conversations with people even at 8.
Yeah.
Right.
And some of those kids that are in royalty, the little juniors, can hold better conversations than most of the seniors in high school that I treat.
Yeah.
Which is a testament to that program, and that's their goals, which
Okay,
is just amazing.
but to be fair, Miss Peyton is pretty fabulous.
Yeah.
She's been you can tell that who her dad and mom are, because she's been
Yeah.
in it since day one. Even when she was little, she'd come up and have a full conversation.
Yeah, I mean,
She
I talked to Christine about having you or her as a guest as we did the live podcast.
Okay, yeah.
She's like, the one you really want is Peyton. Like,
Yeah,
Oh,
she
yeah.
would probably.
She will hop on the podcast.
She would probably do a great,
Yeah.
much better job
Yeah.
on here. So, but yeah, it's a lot different now with kids involved in that stuff. But that's the goal, right? That's what Friendly City Days is supposed to be about. It's bringing the
Family.
communities together, families.
Yeah.
The Lions do a great job, and
Yeah,
everyone else
there's
involved
Jeff.
too. So,
Jeff, come
Jeff
on down,
O'Brien.
Jeff.
yeah, come on down, Jeff.
Come on,
down,
Jeff.
Jeff.
Come on.
I just happened to look
Jeff's
over.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's a podcast and Jeff's not on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's right above us.
Yeah.
No, that's cool, and I agree with you. Albertville Royalty, the whole royalty program,
Yeah.
I knew nothing about it. That was not
Yep.
a Dakota thing. But coming to Monticello back in late 2007,
Yeah.
early 2008, which is where I started as a local editor, just seeing their royalty, what they did, how they got involved in Riverfest, and then the fact that you basically get a tour of the state,
Oh,
for
yes,
the
you
rest
do.
of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just going to various parades and celebrations and setting up charity booths and raising money, doing riding in parades, perfecting the wave.
Yep.
That's all part of your
Yeah,
experience.
we had St. Michael royalty at Rotary this week, and I asked them, are there multiple types of wave, and if so, what is the preferred? Evidently, keeping the arm low
Elbow, wrist.
and keep the arm low because you got to save the shoulder because you're in so many parades.
Right.
Yeah.
Now
yeah.
I know our crew gets to wave however they want because they want
Okay.
to be the friendly city. So
Oh,
that's
there you
kinda
go.
our goal. So
There you go.
If you want to wave, you want to do whatever you need to do. Just
Yeah.
that's the I believe that's the Albertville.
The elbow
Yeah.
way.
There are some. I believe it was Maple Lake, if I'm not. A couple years ago, we went to the parade, and it was in unison.
Just
It was
down.
Oh, wow.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, but I've
They
seen
had-
this.
It counted
Oh, yeah.
out, and it was,
Wow.
and I'm like, that's a wave, by the way. Let's not engage in any sort of political discussion there. That is a wave.
Well, that's one of the reasons why the Friendly City does their waves how they want. Just exactly what. So there's no misinterpretation.
Yeah, that's right.
anything along the way.
Yep.
And can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Shout out to the city,
podcast,
the city too. What we don't understand is the city workers, they store the float,
Right.
they maintain the trailer, they have the truck ready every single time when we need to pick it up, or they'll drop it off at the city hall so the drivers can do that. They'll have to come back on Saturdays or Sundays, grab the float, park it. So
awesome.
shout out to the Albertville City for doing that too.
Yep.
Public Works is definitely involved in that too. They don't get any credit for anything, but it's always ready. It's
Yeah.
always ready for us to pick up.
So because every podcast has to go back to soccer eventually, that was one of the issues when STMA United, which preceded Rush FC,
Yeah.
purchased the space for the indoor.
Yeah.
Where are we going to put the floor?
Where are we going to put the float? Yeah. Yeah. There's, for those that don't know, the local soccer club here has a space just across from Albertville City Hall next to El Bamba. And it's a great indoor training space for the younger kids. But that is where the float was parked before they put turf in there. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, they it's like Jenga in the Public Works building.
Yes.
I've been in there once doing, I think it was the Howard Lake Parade I had to pick up, and we were running a little bit behind, and I had to back it up, and I was like, oh boy, I hope I don't hit anything. I hope I don't hit anything, and I didn't. So,
Did you take note from Rush? Rogers. We were just at Giovanni's, and they built I'm like, what is this building? It's a huge blue building.
Yes, yeah.
It's
Oh,
the new
that-
City Works building. It's
Yeah.
ginormous.
No, it is actually.
What
not.
is it?
Is it an
It is,
indoor?
It's an indoor activity space.
Yep.
So it will have
Is that what it
turf.
is?
Okay.
Yeah, it'll
It's
have
all weird
turf
in that
and a
area.
walking track.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so.
Speaking of indoor activities, I didn't see a golf simulator upstairs.
We do
When
not
is
have a
when is
golf-
that when is that happening? Or do we need to bring in Christine to ask that question?
We have spec'd it out. I've spec'd it out multiple times. I just don't think with like the swing and then more so the noise.
Yeah.
I think the noise would be pretty brutal for people like Jeff upstairs or
Yeah.
or any of our
Not
folks that are
conduct
necessarily-
business.
yeah,
not
all of a
necessarily
sudden
when
just a
it makes-
thwap.
Right.
Yeah.
It makes contact with the ball. It's when the ball makes contact
Like,
with the
With the
With the
yes,
sim- yeah, those
exactly.
mats,
Yeah.
those are great.
Yep.
But yeah, it's we love it here. I think Christine and I have been here since 2011. The city takes you into that's what's beautiful about this place is it's like it's the type of community that if you give into it, they recognize it and give back.
Yeah.
And that's just
100%.
you can't do that everywhere. And there's not a knock on Plymouth, but the 2 years I practiced there, I remember pouring my heart and soul into there. And I was one of the team members at a health source there, and we were this mega clinic, just crushing life, all this stuff. And you'd go and give, and you never felt a return. You feel it every day from here.
Yeah.
Like you feel it every day. Like
Yeah.
you got folks even in the building, they'll walk in and they'll pick up something that was on the ground and they're like, you got a garbage? I'm like, where'd you get that? They're like, oh, I just picked up your parking lot. I'm like, thanks. I'm like, I think I would have got around to that someday, but probably not.
Right?
So shout out to the community for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things that you guys are on the scoreboard at the high school. I'm trying to transition
Oh,
here.
sweet.
Yeah.
Scoreboard at the high school. What a week, man. They
Yeah.
put on a huge graduation on Friday.
Yep.
And hosted all of each kid. So you got 600 kids almost.
Yeah.
Each kid got 6 tickets. So my South Dakota math tells me that's about 3,600 people in
Yeah.
attendance. with
That's correct
600
math,
kids.
yeah.
Yep.
That's like over 4,000 people.
Yeah.
They did a great job with that.
Was it outdoors or indoors?
We made it
Outdoors,
Yeah,
yep.
It was again one of those days where it was kind of like Wednesday, where it was
Yeah.
like gloomy all day, and then are we gonna get a break in the clouds? Or are we gonna get this through it? Well, the clouds broke, and like we ended up with an amazing sunset behind the kids.
Yeah.
Got some photos of that. So got Cam graduated. He was maybe
Yes.
gonna pop over here today. And
Couldn't
join
interviewed
us,
a new
but-
grad.
there you
Yeah.
go. But instead he's sleeping. So
How
sounds about right.
that though? I mean, you
But
guys have
then-
been to graduations. They were able to have it here, which
Yeah.
is so nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's funny because you'll get people who will comment like, "Geez, only 6 tickets. Could we do it at Mariucci or could we do it at And I think you'll see in the comments a lot of people who basically say, "No, we do it here."
Right.
Yeah.
Our kids graduate here, and I think maybe some sound system adjustments, the closed circuit to Anne Marie or Mr. Reeves or Keith Cornell, like a couple more speakers at the graduation ceremony, or turning them up a little.
Deerwood will sponsor the speakers.
Yeah. That's right.
But just so we can hear the choir and
So
the band a little bit. But other than that, great job. They get 600 kids through in an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's incredible.
And then on top, and then the staff just flips like the old Metrodome staff, like flipping it from football to baseball. Now all of a sudden we're hosting the state track meet.
On
Tuesday they were there.
At
They're-
Caleb.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So it's
So-
like, I mean, a huge effort.
I mean, yeah, pick up 700 chairs, risers off the field,
Yep.
and hey, welcome to St. Michael Albertville.
Yeah.
300 track athletes for Class A, AA, AAA.
And I know that kind of multi-purpose field and the dome and kind of all of that was maybe a little bit of a contentious issue when we voted on it and it was approved. But I tell you what, headlights coming in to the community versus taillights leaving to go somewhere. I mean, that's exactly what that was for, and they've done a great job with
And I
it.
believe Keith and his staff have hosted the state meet
2 or 3 times,
since
It-
COVID.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I want to
We
say.
kind of had a modified meet during the 2021 season.
Yeah.
and it stayed here.
Yeah.
They did not go back because I believe the old meat was at Northfield.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And you gotta, like, I can attest to like how busy our parking lot was during that.
Oh, I can't imagine.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like you said, it's taillights coming in, so like.
Only if
we
they're
were-
driving backwards, so it would be headlights coming in.
There it is, headlights. There it is. It's been an early morning already preparing, and I'll be at Lions Park, by the way, serving burgers for royalty. So until about 11. If anyone sees me later on, you gotta pass it with Alyssa, but give me a big.
Yeah.
Make sure they're done inside. That's all.
But the amount of people that were involved, like, and then you'd have track athletes, you know, eating a sandwich at Jersey Mike's, and then they'd walk over and they'd pick up something from Tree of Life, or they'd shop in their downtime.
Right.
That all that stuff. What everyone listening needs to remember is these are the businesses that are helping support the community and vice versa. So it might have been busy for those few days, but it was great for everyone involved in the community, including those athletes that made it from our town.
Right.
That you get to run your state meet on your home track.
Yeah.
I mean, that's nuts. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Shout out to the grounds people who have to take care of it now because people were parked all over that high school parking lot. So, boy, it got really quiet.
Nice and
Yeah.
saturated.
What happened out
Oh
there?
yeah. Just
Playlist might end.
Some off-roaders. Well, I think the wheel, the gaming wheel.
Bob
stopped
Barker.
there for
Remember, get your pet spayed and neutered.
Oh, good stuff. Well, selfie company, health source, Tree of Life. Get on down to the Roots of Albertville. You guys are going till 2 o'clock.
2? Yep.
For the 4 people watching. That's all right. We're recording this. We're gonna save it, repost it. This is our trial run. So thanks for hosting our trial run.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
We're doing a live
Here for it.
on our live podcast.
Yeah.
First ever live podcast.
No one did the Bill O'Reilly. Screw it, we're going live.
Yeah, no.
He said different words for those
Yeah.
because I know that infamous clip, but
Yeah.
we're going live. Was that him?
I believe it was. Yeah, it was.
So I did the Dan Barrero. This is your Soggy Friendly City Days leader.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dan. He's probably listening, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm a big Dan fan and love the way he does radio. So
He does a good job. I listen to him almost every day.
Yeah.
He does a good job of playing. He'll play middle line for the most part, and does a real good job of interviewing people. I don't think you get a better interviewer.
When you have both sides mad, then you're doing it right.
Yeah. That's if nobody's happy. Yeah.
Yeah, he does a great job of that. Maybe that's why I like him.
Yeah.
Be like in Liberal. Absolutely.
The royalty ladies are here. Are you guys
Yeah, we should bring them
closing
in
up, or
here.
you want me to bring someone
Yes.
in?
Yeah,
I can go
absolutely.
get someone.
All right,
Yeah.
sounds good. We're gonna have Andy go scout out people. And
I'll grab
bring
someone from the
people in.
royalty. Thanks for
Awesome.
having me, guys.
You bet. Thanks for coming. Thanks for having us. We appreciate it. All right. What's up with Selfie Company?
Oh my gosh, we're great. I have been booking birthday parties like nonstop. So birthday parties, huge deal. Like when you call, like things are expensive right now, and I'm still pretty reasonably priced for a private party. So
Nice.
check us out. And then let's talk graduation photos. Grads they graduated, so now we're on to our new grads.
Class of 2026.
Yes.
Oh boy, let's
There you go.
again.
You get to choke up on camera now.
Yeah.
Again,
Those,
pricing.
those might be tears of joy. I don't know. It's just because we will be empty nesters then after
is
after
true.
that.
Well,
So
I'm not ready for
yeah,
that.
still need to learn how to play pickleball.
But you know, like we know, if you're pricing things out, grad photos are thousands of dollars. It can be thousands of
Yeah,
dollars.
yeah.
Again, like we have our own photographer, or you can bring in your photographer just admission price. So
Oh, nice.
So just really reasonable. 15 different sets, 15 different backgrounds, and yeah. So much, especially on days like today, if you had anything planned out there.
This summer I think booking indoors might be your best bet. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm looking at the 10-day forecast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Looks
there's
wet.
maybe like 1 or 2 days with no rain. So it's been crazy.
Something fun to do. Yeah.
We are gonna have Miss Albertville join us.
The
This
Miss
is sweet.
Albertville.
This was not planned.
Come on in.
Hop in.
Do you want
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come
Come
on
on
in.
in. Here.
Have a seat.
Scoot
Oh,
over.
yeah.
Here, come sit here.
This is Izzy.
Right next next to Mike.
Hi, Izzy.
Represented our city all year.
Do you want it?
I don't care.
Perfect.
That's okay.
Hold the chair. So our main camera's gonna be right there. We are live. But,
Okay.
That's gonna be where you are.
Oh,
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
What's up? I'm Mike.
Oh,
Nice
sorry.
to meet you, Izzy.
You? Down on the end's Nick.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are
Sure,
you?
you've probably seen Nick at events around town. Sam's crawling as she leaves.
Yeah.
This is cool. Hey, on air, live, anything can happen, right? So, thank you for joining us. This is
Yeah.
super
Thanks
cool.
for having me.
So, Albertville royalty
Yes.
and Miss Albertville. Tell me the story. What got you interested even to maybe do this, and then what did you go through last year to get here?
So originally, my sister did royalty, actually.
Okay.
Oh.
So I watched her do it, and I mean, at first I was a little unsure. So I'm a competitive dancer too.
Okay.
So I didn't know if the schedules would work, but then they convinced me to do it, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try. So I did my Canada season, which was last year, and we did a bunch of different events around the community. A lot of the things that we do this year too, and we have our candidates with us a lot. And so that's been really interesting to watch them go through the same thing. And then I got selected, and then I've spent my whole year in my crown, and yeah, it's been great. And then we also do a lot of community events where we're out of crown and help serve the community.
Okay.
If you were to guess, how many events have you done?
Probably around 100 appearances.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's so cool.
Yep, and I think around like 300 hours of community service about.
Okay.
So everybody asks, what went through your mind when they set that on top?
I mean, it was a moment I was really hoping for, and then the second it got put on my head, I was like, what now? You know, like
Yeah.
I was like, this is
God.
something I've been
Yeah,
hoping
what have
for.
I done?
Yes, I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to represent my community so well, and like, it's a big title and like a big opportunity, but it also comes with a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
Sure.
So just like figuring out like what that looked like in my next steps, especially for like this was my senior year, so just like
Yeah.
all of it put together, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been really interesting and really fun. I really enjoyed it.
So I always ask, when I'm talking to royalty, I always ask this question. It's a two-parter.
Okay.
Do you have a preferred wave?
Oh, I normally just do the regular like
Okay.
we just do
Yep.
like a nice friendly wave.
Perfect, perfect. And then secondly, is it a little sad that you don't get to catch candy at parades all the time? Is that a little sad?
It is a little sad.
Okay.
I had my fair share of it when my sister was royalty.
Okay.
And they tell you that you're gonna get sick of Tootsie Rolls, and I didn't think that was gonna be possible because I have such a sweet tooth. I was like, there's no way. But no, you do get sick of it.
Okay.
And I have a younger sister, so this is round 2 of her for being a sibling.
Okay.
And she does not get sick of it, and she always has like a bag full of candy afterwards.
Okay.
I'm like, wow.
That's awesome.
Perfect.
Yep, she loves all the candy.
So you're an upcoming senior, or you just graduated?
I just graduated.
Oh,
What are the
congratulations.
future plans?
I am going to Oklahoma City University. So
Oh, wow.
I had no
Very
idea there was
far.
an Oklahoma City University.
Yes, it's a private school, so
Okay,
it's
awesome.
small, but
Do you have plans? What do you plan to study?
so I'm gonna major in dance. So like I said, I'm a competitive
okay.
dancer, and then I'm gonna minor in like human performance.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So trying to keep that in there too, because I wanted to double major, but they don't allow it. So it's one of the top programs. So like it's very rigorous.
Okay.
Like the class and the coursework.
Okay.
So.
Nice.
But I can still minor. So
Oh, right on.
that's what I'll be doing. But
So for human performance, would that be things like kinesiology and
Anatomy, yep.
nutrition? Okay, got it.
Yes.
Nice.
yep, some
Very
sports
cool.
psychology too. Yep. So like, because that's what I think I would do if I didn't do dance, is that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, my dream career is to make it as a dancer.
Yeah.
So I thought, like, I've worked hard through my high school career to make that a possibility.
Okay.
And so,
Nice.
yep. So hoping for the best for the future.
I too wanted to be a professional dancer, but it was more b-boy,
Oh, yeah,
break
yeah.
dancing at that time. Yeah.
Well, now
yeah.
Colin's taking on that dream.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What advice would you have, not maybe for this year's candidates, because you're working pretty closely with them, but for anybody who's looking at like royalty this year as you guys ride through and like,
Yeah.
I'm a freshman, should I do that? Should I not? You know, what for girls, guys out there who are
Yeah.
really thinking about it?
Yeah, I think a lot of people really get intimidated by like the crown, and they're like, that just seems like a lot for me. I don't know how like waving in parades, wearing the dresses, and all that goes. But it really is just like it gives us the opportunity to get to know more people because it's a little less like stranger danger because it makes us look somewhat official.
Yeah.
So we're able to meet new people and connect with new people with it, and it's more of an ambassador thing. Like you're really representing your community, and you're going out and serving it in many different ways. We've helped out with a bunch of different organizations. Like we've done some stuff for Real Men Wear Pink, which is raising money for breast cancer.
Yep.
And this year we're working with like Clouds. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but I think it's for cancer
That,
raising some.
Zach Soviet.
Yep,
Yes,
yep. So
absolutely. Stillwater, Minnesota.
Yep, yep. So we like host a ball in January to raise all like the proceeds go to that. So we just get different ways to do that, and that's been really great too. So it's more about serving the community and how you can help a community that's done so many amazing things for you. And I think that that's what's really great. And then I think it's also interesting because like my advice for the candidates, like obviously not everybody gets selected, and that's hard. But you don't need a crown to be a good representative in your community.
Yep.
Like you can do just the same amount without it.
Yeah.
And getting to know people, connect with people, and I think that that's the most important. Like I was very busy before this year, and I mean I still am very busy, but I wasn't aware of all the community events that Albertville has to offer, and so it's really cool just getting to meet some people and see them like over and over and over again at these different events and getting to know them.
Oh,
But that's been really special.
We'll let you get back to it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks for
Yes.
having me.
I appreciate it. That wasn't too hard, was it?
That was
You're
great.
like a pro at this by now.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah.
Absolutely. We're probably the easiest. What about like the little ones? Do they come up like, oh, it's a Disney princess? Do you get some of that type stuff?
Yeah, some of it. I think some of them are just a little like confused. That's most of the looks I get. There's a lot of people who are very confused. But some of the older people, just went to the nursing homes today, and some of them knew about it, and they were asking all about like some of the parades that we were going to go to later, and it was so funny that they know about it. And
You take a jelly.
Absolutely. How you doing? Live TV, guys. Live podcast. Come on in. It's all good. Go ahead. What flavor you want? We got watermelon. You can pour more out too if you want. You don't see your flavor. There you go. The
Oh,
blue
nice.
one, the
Blue.
raspberry. There you go. All right. Thanks. Appreciate you guys joining us. Awesome.
yeah.
All right. So, one last ride with Feeling, right, on Sunday?
Yep. Hopefully it's
What-
not rainy.
No rain on Sunday. Grand Old Day Parade does not get rain. This does not happen. So I'm calling for clear skies at noon. You're gonna be good to go.
Yes,
Thanks so
yes.
much for joining us.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. It's good to meet you.
I've known Izzy for a long time.
Yeah.
Our girls dance, or Mia danced with her.
Awesome. Well, best of luck.
Yeah. Thanks
Thank
for
you so
having me.
much. Cool.
Well, thank
All right.
Yeah.
You bet.
Oh,
thank
look at
you.
that.
Gadgets everywhere.
Gadgets.
So hey, fear not. As we say about it, Izzy, summer isn't over. I was kidding about that. We do have a lot going on. Thursdays in the park. We'll be hopping after Friendly City Days. That'll start next week with the farmers markets. We'll have music in the park in Albertville. The other thing coming up, one that I kind of want to push because it's near and dear to my heart is, the Two Horse Girls. The Buffalo Rodeo.
Fun.
The 19th through the 21st.
It's a big one
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, it's a professional rodeo that comes into town, and Jeff O'Brien and my friend Bob Sansevier, Bob, local legend and stuff like that, is on the board, and I believe might be leading the board this year.
Okay.
So, some great work that Bob and his family and friends have done out there. So, but one person we know very well who's going to be riding in it, she qualified as Morgan Fitch.
Oh, okay.
So shout out to Morgan and her horse Corona.
Corona.
Who I get to see all the time because she's in the same division as Ellie. My
Okay.
youngest.
Yeah.
Morgan and Corona qualified in barrels and will get to
Oh,
ride
fun.
in the rodeo.
That's cool.
That's cool.
For breaking, I believe they broke. I know they broke 16 seconds. I don't want to get it wrong. Matt'll email me, but he's not watching, so it's all good. But I believe they broke 15 seconds.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Okay.
Really fast run for those that don't know barrels, but Morgan Fitch and then Sienna Sansevier from Buffalo High School, Bob's daughter,
Okay.
also qualified, so she'll be running. And obviously that's that's the real deal. You're competing for money.
Yes.
You're not going for buckles or ribbons or anything
Yeah.
like that.
Although the buckles are cool.
The buckles are cool, man. Yep, absolutely. So, Buffalo Rodeo, 19th through the 21st. Want to give that a shout out. And then my favorite 4th of July celebration, which is in Wright County, is down in Delano.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, the fireworks.
Big fireworks.
They
I love
do a
fireworks.
fantastic job, and I don't know if you guys have been down there, but if you leave the carnival area or even the band shelter and stuff like that, and you head, I believe it's toward the river, so it'd be like north and east. Their ball diamond is
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Real solid town team baseball field. Yeah.
Yep. So we walked over there a couple years ago. We did not leave town for the 4th, and went to see Good for Gary, who's one of our local favorites,
Okay.
and walked over to the ball diamond, and I was like, this is sensational. Like, you know, I said Field of Dreams, but really it's like Fenway. It
Yeah.
really has, much smaller scale.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really kind of
But
has
yeah,
that
the
Green
old
Monster
stand.
vibe.
Yeah.
So super cool. So 4th of July down in Delano. You can check that out at delano4thofjuly.com. Buffalo Rodeo at buffalorodeo.com. So
Yeah.
it is 1 o'clock. The party goes till 2.
Already.
Yeah, we've been talking for an hour.
Yeah. Wow.
That phone's held up. The other one died.
My one died.
We got 3 whole viewers. John Scholl, my favorite college goalie, is watching. We're gonna shout out to John. All right. William Braun is also watching. We're gonna say hi to them and a couple other people. So yeah, my mom was watching. I don't think she's in it. Probably had to go do laundry or something. So it has been a fun time here at Roots of Albertville. We encourage you guys to swing on down. Tree of Life is here. I don't think I gave them a shout out yet. They've got nutrition information, things like that.
Yeah.
Chair massages, again from Tree of Life. So pop
Chrissy's
on
here.
in,
The bounce
Chrissy.
houses are next door.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
National Karate's rocking it over there. You can check out Selfie Company. You can check out, get a sandwich for lunch. 1 o'clock, it's lunchtime.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Friendly City Days memories. We kind of dived into this last
Yeah.
week a little bit, but I don't know. The rain's taking me back to some of the stormy ones. I think wasn't there? There was a night where we all had to kind of scurry. For
Yeah,
shelter.
Yeah, I remember that. I was not up here, but I remember hearing the stories, and it sounded like the weather came up kind of quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had storms blow through like that. This is more of a sustained
Drizzle.
soaking.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Like turn on the fire pick.
Yes.
It's cold. It gets cold, like chilly to your bone.
Yeah. The wet adds another layer to
Yeah.
the cold for sure.
I do recall there was a night we had friends in town, and we all had to hit the basement, and that was it, Friendly City Days night. It was one of those where it was like, you're kind of at the carnival and you're watching it, and
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, this is not good.
Yeah. Getting closer.
Sky turns a little
Yeah.
green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, let's get back. Unfortunately, we lived close, and
Yeah.
it was easy to get back. So, hey,
How's it
welcome.
going?
Hi guys, hop on in. Come on in. Come on in. So we're
What are your names?
podcasting live. Yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
You see that camera right there? Yeah.
Grab a Jolly Rancher. Say
Yeah.
hi.
There you go.
Say
Yes.
hi to the dozens of people watching. Go ahead. I'm probably.
So, what's your favorite part so far? None of it.
No favorite
Yeah.
part.
This is our first thing for
It's all
City Days
tied.
that we've been able
Okay.
to do, so.
Yeah, it's.
This rain's been crazy. Yeah, I've not been down there yet. Have you guys been down there yet?
Not yet. No.
We usually would go like the first night and hang out and do the rides. And,
I'll probably be over there for some cheese curds after this, though.
Yeah, I think we're gonna throw on my
After
rain
this?
jacket.
Yeah. Why not?
You might need a Tupperware or something. so
Yeah,
you don't
that's
get
a-
soggy,
yeah.
dude.
I think
Get
you're
it fast enough.
I think you're underestimating the
gonna
speed
say,
at which I eat cheese curds.
Wait, it's time for them to get soggy. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure by the time I get to the pavilion to get a
Yeah.
beer, like they're already gone.
Yeah.
Thanks for popping in, guys. Did you find some
Good
books?
to see you.
I still have to set up time for her to come over.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Fun.
Look at this.
Yeah.
On-air production meeting.
Yes.
It's all good.
You left him a message.
Oh yeah, I think I got a letter from you while I was out. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you win?
She's Miss America.
Yeah.
Miss America.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
No, but did you win some money at Gravity too? Is that
Yes. Yes, it was. She didn't even know what she was signing up for. She just put her name in.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Just we leave for nationals, so when we get back.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So I need to update her photos
Yeah.
for her nationals for that. Awesome.
See ya.
Is there?
So I was just looking.
It's gonna stop raining.
No, so
No.
No.
no, it's not. Novak Weather, which is an independent weather.
I have to say though, if you are prepared for the rain, it's not bad going out there because a couple times, even like the state fair, you're like, oh, it's gonna rain. You're like, okay, so you put a backpack
Yeah.
of your rain gear and you go and when it starts raining, you just put it on.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
Fine.
I've had some of the funnest times at the
Oh, yeah.
state fair or growing up, Sioux Empire
Yeah.
Fair in Sioux Falls, when it's been a little drizzly or whatever. Yeah, just
Yeah,
you-
Minnesota, you gotta go with
you know
it.
your socks are gonna get a little
Yeah.
soggy.
Oh, you just put the welly boots on.
Right?
You know, I know most ladies have a pair of welly boots from a couple years ago when they were super popular, right?
Right on.
Yeah.
The worst thing is though, we were at Disney World. We knew it was gonna rain. We were a little prepared, and I was not paying. I'm like, oh, my feet are dry, and then I was not paying attention. Telling my husband my feet were dry, because his were not, and then what do? I step in a huge puddle.
Oh.
That was karma. straight up.
Yes.
Absolutely. So, Friendly City Days, is obviously still going on. If you go to Facebook or, AlbertvilleFriendlyCityDays.com, you can see all of the events. But yeah, we're Friday night, big fireworks night.
Yep.
And, they'll still be going. If you look at the hourly forecast, let's do this here. Live radio.
By the hour.
Yes.
Live radio, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be chilly, but I do believe there is a break
Sweatshirt
in
and
the
rain gear. You're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no such thing as bad weather, only inappropriate clothing
Right?
choices. No.
So I'm looking at the forecast. I'm
That's
telling you
chilly.
guys,
Oh, that's sun.
58 and sunny tonight. I'm
There
not
is a little
kidding.
sun peeking out of the clouds.
A little sun peeking out of the clouds. So I'm gonna tell you.
Heard it here
tonight-
first.
You heard it here first. 3 of you watching.
You should show that little peek of the sun.
When we go back and watch this later, we'll be like, remember 2025 when it was like frogs?
Yeah.
Midway? Which is a distinct possibility.
Go win your fish.
Yeah.
Go
Yes.
save the fish.
So I do want to. There are some things to do inside, and that is one of the things that I wanted to talk about.
Come to the selfie company.
You can come to the selfie company. You come here to the Roots. You hit all the businesses, man. We're going till 2 o'clock. It's only 1 o'clock. We're not going till 2 o'clock. We'll probably sign off
Yeah.
a little before that. You guys will get sick of this. We've been going an hour.
Breakfast tomorrow. My hubby does want to go to that. Didn't they do a
Oh.
pancake feed at it's a Catholic church in town?
St. Albert's?
St.
St. Albert's.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Pancake feed tomorrow morning.
Oh, nice.
You also tomorrow from 4 to 6 have the meet the candidates beginning dinner.
Oh, nice.
Right.
So you can get that's at the Parish Center. So you can do that. The headliner tomorrow night is Slamabama, who has never played here before.
Really?
So that's kind of exciting. So good mix of like southern rock, a little bit of country. You go check them out. They look like fun. I think
Nice.
they'll be
Yeah.
a good
Yeah.
band. So yeah.
There's usually a great band every year here, or whether it be at Days and Nights. One of my favorite local bands, though, that I haven't seen in a bit was Outdoor Recess. Are you guys familiar? Yes.
Well, they got big.
Did they? Is
Yeah.
it maybe that is
You
why I
big
haven't
for
seen
us,
them
then?
locally?
Yeah.
They're playing some bigger venues now and stuff like that.
I tell you what, their rendition of Jackson 5's "I Want You Back" will set you free.
Yeah.
It is so good, so good.
What was that band you guys we used to watch younger? They travel all over. They change outfits. They
The
do
Village
different
People.
Eras.
Oh,
we're not
okay.
that old.
They did play the Village People.
Yes.
No, I know who you're talking about.
Hey, Okay, come on in.
Look at that. Come on in.
Come on in.
Hop on.
Come here.
Christine, you gotta come on.
What's,
Hi.
well, just
Come on and
come
talk
and say
about
hi to the
three of us.
people. Come and say hi to the people. Yeah.
There you go. Hi, people.
So that was my lovely wife. All the stories I like to tell on the podcast, they're not true, honey. They're not true.
Oh, they're very true. He's very complimentary.
So you were in getting something from Tree of Life?
Yes.
Did you pick us up some nice olive oil? They have Loewe olive oil now.
I didn't, but
Yeah.
you should go and either
I think I probably
get
should.
some.
Yeah. And then here's Christine. Christine, come say hi to the people.
Can I come sit by you guys?
Yes, you
or-
should.
Okay.
You should.
All right. We'll see who does a better job, me or my husband.
Oh. I think we all know it's going to be you. We all know it's going to be you.
He does like to talk, though, so.
Yeah. So I am a customer at Tree of Life. So I have gone in there for Fire and Ice, which is the sauna and cold plunge. That feels great, by the way. Like reduces a lot of inflammation. And in the middle of winter, sweating feels
I like
good.
the sauna so much better.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
I think I avoid
Yeah.
the cold.
Yeah, people
but-
normally love one or the other.
Yeah, and then just yesterday I went in for a massage. I've been there a few times for a massage, but I got the hot rocks, and boy, that was a really good experience for me personally. Just very relaxing, felt great. Worked out some kinks, some problems that I have in my low back and shoulder, and so tell us a little bit about kind of your motivation with Tree of Life and kind of how you've made it such a great place to be and take care of yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. So, one of my motivations was I wanted a space for myself and my friends. And so, what are we looking for, right? And so everyone's busy, right? You're busy. We all have a lot going on, and so we wanted to create this space that when you go in, you feel an escape. You get a break from your day to day. And there's so many phenomenal health and wellness resources in our community, but I wanted to create this area where you can go, you can really decompress, and you have this spa-like atmosphere. I don't love the word spa because people think this is something you only get to do on a special occasion.
Right.
Right.
But you get this atmosphere where you get to disconnect, slow down, and really just enjoy your time. And you get to come in, go into a robe, go into a relaxation suite, and then have wellness care by really high quality providers.
Right.
A lot of times when you go to other places, you miss that component of the high quality like provider, like your massage therapist that you had.
Yeah.
So we're really particular on who we bring to our team, and really educated team at the front as well.
And the atmosphere, what you're saying there is absolutely accurate. This will not surprise my wife to hear that I straight up fell asleep in the chair in the relaxation suite.
You're not the first one or the last.
Talk a little bit about that process. You know, you kind of were hanging at Health Source with Andy helping out, and Tree of Life, it just kind of became this really cool opportunity for you. For those that don't know, kind of walk us through how that happened.
Yeah, absolutely. So when Andy and I came out here, we came out here to kind of start and grow business or grow Health Source when we were engaged, and we knew that the
when I met you.
Yes, exactly, and it's so fun because this community is phenomenal. We have so many great people that we've known since we first came out here, before we were even married years and years ago. So we came out
I remember
here.
that first FYCC meeting.
Yeah, that's right. I know. Even before Open Streets was what it was today, it was like, what is it going to be? So, it was fun. We came out. We got to get involved in the community, but we knew, me being in the office day to day, knowing the goal of starting a family was probably not going to be the best. So we slowly worked our way so that I could step away from the business. The process to have a growing family took longer than we thought. So by the time that I was pregnant, I was pretty far removed from Health Source. And so then I stayed home for about a year and a half with our daughter. And as Andy will describe it, he says, I came home and I said, well, by the way, we bought Tree of Life. I think there was a little bit more of a conversation, but you know, we were probably sleep deprived, so who knows? So at that point, there had been a phenomenal owner. She brought so many great services to the area. Nina McKee, she was the founder of Tree of Life, and but she kind of realized she had this passion, but maybe didn't want to do the business side, and that's okay. And so that created an opportunity for myself and Andy, and so we took that over. And then, in all fairness, it took a little while to figure out what is this going to be? What does our community need?
Sure.
Where? What do people want? You know, one of the things that I felt
Sorting
strongly.
through all the, you know what you should do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. There was a few of those.
Yeah.
Still today. Yes.
Yeah.
and we do appreciate the input. Just don't be
Yeah.
offended if I don't listen.
Yeah.
Because as much as I want to do all the things, we can't always do them all at once. So, so we took that over, and one of the things that was, for me, challenging at the time, I remember being a young mom and just not having many resources to be able to buy high quality products.
Okay.
And not having those easily accessible for people. And so that was one of the things I wanted to make sure that people had access to. They could come in, they could chat with someone up front who was educated. So we definitely wanted to focus on that. And then as time went on, as we were able to get into this space, the vision was really able to become a lot more clear, and created what we now have as Tree of Life, which looks a lot different than where we first started.
Yeah, for sure. Funnest part of doing all this for you?
For me, it's just seeing people come in who really don't ever take the time for themselves. This is something that they get to do. They feel empowered by it, which at the root of what we do is, that's our passion. We want people to be empowered in being able to make decisions, to be able to choose high quality products, choose high quality services, and know that they're doing something great for themselves.
Yeah.
And so when they can walk out and be like, they know they did something good.
Yeah.
For
Absolutely.
themselves, for their family, for their body.
Yeah.
And so it's just seeing those people. And some people are really great about doing that consistently, and some of us aren't.
Yeah. No, that's
So
true.
to hear the stories about people that come in, maybe even it's only once a year, I just love it. Love it hearing about it. Yeah.
So,
Hello.
hi. How you doing? We're just podcasting.
You want to say hi to the people?
Say hi?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks
We
for
appreciate it.
coming. Thanks for being
Yeah.
part of the Roots of Albertville block party, and it's just been a lot of fun having you guys here.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a great weekend, even if it's raining all weekend.
Right on.
Yep.
So
And we're rocking till 2.
2:00.
All right.
Yep.
Come on down, Roots of Albertville, see Christine, see Tree of Life and Health Source and the whole digs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for having me. I'm
Yeah.
gonna let these guys keep going,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go do the routes.
Yeah.
The real brains behind the operation.
Yes. Yeah. Speaking of you should do this. We're trying to. We planted the seed with Andy that you need to green light the golf simulator upstairs.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have some ideas.
And the idea is no. Yeah. Yeah.
I never completely said no.
You heard it here first. It is not shut down.
No.
The idea is still viable.
We're always open to ideas.
Yeah.
Life.
Yeah.
All right, go.
This camera here. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Well, that was cool. A couple of more indoor events
Yeah.
that I wanted to get to
Yeah.
before we had Christine, which was awesome. Albertville Fire Hall always does their open house, and it's also a fundraiser for them. So that is Saturday.
That's
tomorrow.
always fun.
Yeah.
That was, growing up, that was my kiddo's favorite. That was,
Oh, yeah.
That was Cam's favorite.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Did they have a helicopter a couple years ago?
They may have.
They have.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I think the softball folks were, could we not?
Yeah. I suppose.
Helicopter can
Play
fly
a
over them,
game.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not 100% sure, but that is 9 to noon. Saturday morning. If you're watching this after the fact, you missed it. Sorry, but you'll have another chance because St. Michael
Next
does
year.
theirs later. Also, we got a couple things going on at the Parish Center, which is indoors. What's up?
Hey,
You want to join?
we're
Wanna come
podcasting. You want to talk national karate on a podcast?
What's up, National Karate?
Yeah.
Come on in. We're
Yeah.
podcasting.
Come say hi.
Do you want to wave? You want to wave to the people?
There you go.
Yes. Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah. So, also at the Parish Center, they've got that spaghetti dinner that I talked about, 4 to 6. Also, a concertina play.
Oh,
What?
Is
that is old school.
old school.
Concert, what is it?
Concertina.
Concertina.
That?
Well,
It's
how can I say this? You've watched. I'm assuming you've watched. Not Downton Abbey. What is the
Bridgerton.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, the kind of piano harpsichord.
Yeah.
sounding
Oh,
thing.
that
Yeah.
cool.
Yes,
thing.
and,
Okay.
and not to be confused with a melodeon, also in that same.
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Just the fact that there's going to be a concertina player.
That's
is
that's pretty
incredible.
wild. It might be, it's probably not a growing art, so it might be your last time to see a
I
concertina
would
player.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would
They
be a
don't teach
very,
that in high school?
Yeah.
very limited opportunity to see
Yeah.
a concertina player. In the shelter, we do, there's a couple smaller bands tonight and stuff like that. So if you want to get out of the rain, Fender Bender and is under the Farmers Market shelter. And then tomorrow it's from 2 to 5, Axel and Betty.
Nice.
So some music, some food.
Yeah.
Lions will have their dogs and burgers and stuff
Yep.
like that. Maybe a beer or two. You
The
can
lemonade
get
stand,
You can get
all the
under the
favorites.
shelter.
You could find one there. Yeah.
Get under the shelter and avoid that. So I tell you what, we probably
We have
should.
phone?
We
Your
do.
listeners?
Yeah, we had 2. We had 2. We've had a lot of people popping in
and out,
which
yeah.
is super cool.
That is cool.
Spread the word about the podcast. Maybe tune back in when we're all done. You can watch the whole thing. Or like I said, just stream it when you're on your way up north.
Yeah.
So some news hit the airwaves and the website. We had a standoff
Yeah.
down in Hanover.
I read this, and where I kind of dropped off is, have they found this person?
No.
They have not located them. Okay.
No.
So lock those doors.
Yeah, well, repeat offender, rap sheet,
Okay.
probably as long as this table.
Okay.
And definitely we're trying to, maybe find out where this guy's whereabouts were, and he didn't want to go. And so we did have a bit of a standoff down, kind of off that Crowhassan Parkway
Yeah.
area. Near Hanover, we did have a helicopter flying over. I did have a few people text me about that. Hey, what's going on? It was just law enforcement in the area trying
Yeah.
to do their job.
Let them do their job.
And yeah, that was one of those where you just kind of stay away. And it did bring to mind the standoff in downtown St. Michael a
Yes.
couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Fortunately, nothing escalated to that amount.
Yeah, that was an interesting couple of days because as the crow flies, my home is about a
Yeah.
quarter mile
Right.
from where that one went down, and it was just very surreal to be enjoying a nice breakfast with my daughter with the windows open in the kitchen and hearing police over the loudspeaker,
Yeah.
and then immediately in response to that, hearing pop, pop, pop.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
and
right.
well, this is a great Wednesday morning we're having here.
This should be an escalated situation.
Yeah.
I think where we are out here in our community, we don't have a lot of that. So it's like a big news story
Yeah.
when it
Right.
does happen.
I still
But-
get comments about that one.
Yeah.
I was literally,
Hi, we're podcasting.
Hey.
come on
We're
in.
gonna,
Yeah.
Podcasting right now?
Yes. You have a Wild Brats sweatshirt on. I love Wild Brats. Yes. Yeah, they have a tater tot hot dish brat that is real good.
Where would I find these?
So the Dahlidens, Kevin Dahliden, is I assume your brother? Yes. Okay. He was the one that was in the truck, so I'm going to credit him with that bratwurst. Yeah.
But now they do it online, like, and they do fundraising. So
Okay.
a lot more.
Okay.
Nice.
They used to have a food truck, and
Yeah.
now they're not doing their food truck as
Okay.
much anymore. So his friend who was doing it with him, him and his wife do like everything. Kevin's
Okay.
kind of like on the side.
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
that
yeah.
Thing now.
Nice.
So is that a wildbrats.com
Yeah.
situation?
Brats with a Z.
Yep.
Yes.
For those that are listening, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
You can order them online, and yeah, they do a lot of fundraising for different groups. So I know like the trap shooting Monticello did it, and then there's some in like they live. Now his friend lives up towards Little Falls area, and they do like quite a few dance teams.
Okay,
and stuff.
nice.
So kind of a fun, different fundraiser for
There you
things.
go.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna have to maybe see if I can nudge Kevin and get a 4-pack of those
There you go.
those tater tot hot dish brats.
I'll be looking forward to it.
Yes, yeah. But yeah, I mean, getting back to that issue a couple of summers ago. I mean, credit to the Wright County Sheriff's Office to end that with no loss of life was pretty incredible.
Loss of house.
Yes, loss of house. Yeah.
No loss of
Yes.
life.
My understanding is the machine they used was is a Bearcat.
Yeah.
I believe is what it's called. Yeah.
It's not intended for small incidents.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's interesting. It's one of those talking points that people get hung up on. Like, why are we using military equipment at a county sheriff level?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons.
Yeah.
They would have been in big trouble without that, and probably saved lives.
I think people forget you need to be trained in all aspects, and even that's going on now, they're like, why do we have to bring in the military? Why? Because the military are there to protect our place. The police are there to do their job, right? Like,
Right.
they're not there to harm anyone purposely. Like, they're just there to protect who need to be protected.
Well, thanks for joining us. If you tuned in live, we're gonna shut her down here soon. But thanks for joining us. Thank you for having us, Roots of Albertville.
Yes.
Thank you for having us every week.
Yeah.
Yes.
every
Yeah.
week.
But I tell you what, we're here every week.
I will
but
be gone the next couple weeks, so you boys will have to hold down the fort without me.
Oh man.
I think we got it.
Yeah.
I think we'll be all right. Plenty to talk about. Lots of stuff going on. Or I'm like, gosh, those events we talked about when we first started the podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Legion tournament, the BMX meet. That's,
Yes. Yeah.
This rain will eventually go away, guys. I think we've all learned that July and August are usually pretty dry.
Yeah. Pretty stable. Yeah.
And
August is usually always beautiful.
yeah, so we'll get if you can dodge the bugs and stuff like that, we'll get going.
Yeah. Although I do enjoy a couple of rainstorms. Medallion hunt week because that usually days because people don't go hunt the medallion in the rain. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
After
Yeah.
St. Michael days?
Yeah. Days and
We'll
nights.
get to
Yeah.
that here
Yeah.
in 7 or 8 weeks where Nick will have a double duty here and be our medallion duty bank president,
Yeah.
podcast co-host,